An earthquake. What happened?
You're a blader? How rare. It's been ages since I've seen a newbie. My name's Christina. What's yours?
Arissa.
A lovely name.
So, you're also a...
Yep. I've been in Heavenswell for over 2 decades. So I guess you could call me your senior.
Have you been searching for branches too?
Branches? No. I've mostly been chasing down the Necros.
Chasing down the Necros?
Yeah. Rumor has it that the Necros appeared in Heavenswell over a century ago. But there's still so much we don't know about them. It was the Pilgrims who came up with the name Necros. They believed they were the spirits of the dead, rising up to kill the living. However, once you start fighting them, you'll realize they're created by someone. Their bodies are made of mud and operated by complex spells.
I see.
I've been trying to unravel this mystery, but Necros are simply too elusive to track. The last time they made a big move was over 80 years ago. They wiped out the entire eastern part of Heavenswell and tainted the land. That place is uninhabitable to this day. They're always on the hunt, slaughtering humans, attacking churches, leaving destruction in their wake. No one knows where they come from, or what their motives are. Their invasion of the Sunken City is a golden opportunity to learn more about their patterns.
Patterns?
Look here. The walls of this building are obviously damaged, but there's soil clinging to the edges of the gaping hole. Look closely. See the traces of disturbed soil around the edges?
What does this mean?
It means that there was a large hole here, which got filled in with soil and closed up. This is definitely not natural or human-made. Perhaps the Necros are moving through these self-sealing caverns. This location matches the information where the Necros were first sighted. If my hunch is right, a lot of things will start making sense. If I follow this trail, I'll eventually discover the Necros' lair. If you're heading into the city, take this. It should come in handy. Consider it a gift from your senior. I'll keep investigating this place.
You're back.
I found this.
Oh, is this soil from its... Anyway, as I thought. The soil is saturated with mud.
This soil won't work?
I'm afraid not. But it's okay. Still, I really appreciate your help. As you're still heading back to the city, right? You're still heading back...
Oh, it's... Nothing catches your... What a fool. Mundane matters shall not sway my faith. The true salvation lies only in Elysium. The true...
Why are you all still standing here? Run away, now!
We're staying here to help you, boss.
No! You'll only get in my way! That monster is too dangerous for you! I'll hold them off! Just run!
must be opened from the other side. It's even taller than a building. Is that also a necro?
Here for some treasure hunt in the chaos, too?
Treasure hunt?
Quit playing dumb. You gotta know this used to be the liveliest street in the old world, right? Loads of high-tech gadgets in the ruins. The Hubert School's been buying them at crazy prices. They reckon if they dig deep enough, they might uncover what brought down the old world. They might even uncover the church and Necros' origins. What a laugh. But those dumbass fishermen had this place occupied all the time. Those morons. They sold treasure like scraps. Good thing Necros invaded and scared them all off. High stakes, high rewards. As long as I can get out of this dump in one piece.
Didn't expect to see a new face here. Hasn't she given up already?
She.
Asteria.
You know her. Are you a blader too?
I don't look like one, huh? Or is this your first encounter with another blader? Right, you were only born recently after all. Well, let's do the introductions then. I'm Hilaire. And you?
Arissa.
So you're here looking for branches?
Yes.
It's been over a century since the first blader was created, and that stupid tree still hasn't grown.
Tree.
Wow, you really don't know about the tree? She didn't tell you a thing, huh? Look, you've been running around restoring branches all to help the tree grow and become complete. The branches are just a way to gather nutrients for the tree.
The tree.
It's pretty ridiculous, don't you think? You have no clue about the tree or how many more branches you need to restore. You're just blindly wandering around for some weird task imposed on you. What if the tree doesn't even exist? What if it's been a scam from the start?
A scam. But why?
Because Seed, the organization behind Asteria, wants us to fulfill their purpose.
What purpose?
Well, that's something we're not supposed to know. If you want to keep searching for branches, go ahead. But since they don't even care about us, why don't we do something more interesting? Like this, for example.
A spell fragment.
This is one of the few exciting things you can find in this city. Thanks to them, my life hasn't been too dull.
Exciting things?
If it weren't for spells, who would have thought that contaminants like mud could hold such immense energy? So immense that it changes everything. Once you have grasped the origin and rules of these spells, you will gain unfathomable power. And that's just scratching the surface.
Unfathomable power.
Interested? Huh? Aside from getting spells from the church, you can find them from those Necros. Those spells grant them extraordinary abilities and even shape their entities. When their bodies break down, they sometimes leave intact spell fragments or nuclei. Help me collect those things, and I'll teach you the deciphered spells. What do you say?
I see.
Cheer up. You'll find it fun soon enough. Don't forget about our...
Hey. You. We met at Kyan's place, right? Impressive. You made it through.
Your leg.
Well, I was caught off guard while fighting those Necros.
Do you need any help?
Don't worry. Losing an arm or leg is common for hunters. Besides, I was planning on getting an Hagen into the leg anyway. Ah, crap. Do you have any mothballs on you? No. Darn it. I've got to catch my breath.
Want me to lend a hand?
It's okay. My peers will soon pass by and take me back to the guild.
Guild?
I'm Vikas, a hunter from the Hunters Guild. What's your name?
Arissa.
All right. Well noted. What happened? Lost your way? You'll need to turn back if you want to get to the city center.
Where does this path lead?
Withered Forest, where the Hunters Guild is located. Not where you're headed.
Hunters Guild. What do you hunt?
Well, I know it's hard to believe, but we hunt Necros. Though, with our casualties, it feels more like the Hunted Guild. Every time we take down a Necro, we lose 6 or 7 hunters. Most of us end up getting killed for nothing. Our only advantage is in the numbers. But anyway, it's a boring place. All right. I should save my breath. You better get going. All right.
It's a pleasure to meet you again, Seeker of the Branch. Now that you have discovered this message, you must be in the depths of Heavenswell.
Asteria.
As you're aware, the Church and the Necros are the dominant forces in Heavenswell, possessing power that surpasses that of humans. However, they are not undefeatable to Bladers. If they stand in your way, don't hold back. Use all your strength to defeat them. May the branch guide your path.
Harissa? Didn't expect to run into you here.
Hello, Castina.
Look here. The same tracks as before. I've already located a dozen of them. As I suspected, the Undernet has spread throughout the entire city.
Undernet?
Well, that's what I call these caverns. They're like a constantly shifting network that connects every corner of Havenswell. These tunnels open and close randomly, making it impossible for anyone to track the Necros' movements.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy that the Necros are hiding beneath the entire city and constantly changing their cavern network. However, it's the most plausible explanation for their behavior so far. If we can find an open cavern, we can enter the Undernet and gather information. But an open cave would mean a huge swarm of Necros coming out. That'll definitely be a brutal battle. Even so, it's worth a shot.
Worth a shot?
The Necros have been wreaking havoc, posing a grave threat to both humans and our kind. Unless we find a way to wipe out those Necros, Havenswell will always be in danger. But of course, it's just a fancy excuse. I'm doing this to satisfy my curiosity.
Curiosity?
Exactly. Curiosity is what keeps us Bladers going. We don't age or die. How are we supposed to spend eternity if we lose interest in everything?
Branches.
Restoring branches is important, of course. But one day, you'll get bored of the same old tasks. It's more exciting to chase after your own target. Don't you think? Well, you'll find your own target someday. Well,
Stop there! Don't blame me if I end up hurting! Power output was a bit too high. Well, sorry about the embarrassment. I'm a Dremelek. I'm a scholar and, well, the doctor of this area. This is my assistant.
Greetings, stranger. I'm Assis.
A doctor?
While everyone calls me that, I don't really treat people. I just replace prosthetics for those who have lost their arms or legs. I wonder if you are... Oh, wait. Can't believe I met two Bladers in one day. So, what's her name?
Arissa.
Clarissa. A nice name indeed.
What are you doing here?
Well, just working on a simple barrier generator.
And a makeshift one.
Shut up, you pesky brat. You must have run into hordes of Necros on your way here, right? They not only prey humans, but also cause trouble for the Church. Normally, a Night Rank guard would be enough to handle those lesser Necros. But some bastard defeated that night.
I did it.
So it was you, you nasty... That's why I came all the way here to work on this stuff.
What does a barrier generator do?
Well, in theory, it interferes with the Necros' cognitive abilities, preventing them from sensing this area.
In theory.
Why would you do that?
Many of my clients live in this parish, and I'd lose a fortune if they were all killed by the Necros. But things will change once I build the weapon designed for wiping out Necros. I should never have added such an annoying function in you. You managed to take out that knight. Maybe you'll be interested in making a deal with me.
A deal?
Oh, no, not that kind of deal. Look, I'm investigating the powers behind the Church and the Necros.
The powers behind them.
Exactly. Those things don't just appear out of nowhere. They're cutting-edge techniques and those spells. There must be powerful entities behind them. I want to uncover the truth. That's why I need your help. And don't worry, I'll reward you generously. I've mastered some of their techniques over the years. With them, you'll become stronger. Consider this a deposit and a gesture of goodwill.
Ah, you're so stingy.
What do you need me to do?
If there are other powers behind the guards and the Necros, there must be evidence of communication. I've analyzed a lot of their wreckage and found spell fragments. However, I hardly got anything useful from those lesser units. You're carrying that knight's crystal nucleus, right? Please let Assis analyze it.
Wow. This totally outshines the doctor's work for ages.
Well, that's just... great. I need the nuclei from advanced units. To be more specific, I only need the information from those nuclei. As for the nuclei themselves, Assis will turn them into something more useful. Just give me a second. How's that? Not bad, huh? If you come across any special nuclei, just...
I see.
Then I'll be relying on you. I've got work to do. See you next time.